So finally, Jackson Topine,
That's worse.
the news had come out that he's ready to sue the Bulldogs for $4 million. And
$4 million.
That's a big sum.
Yeah.
I was a
big sum.
massive fan of Topine. You know,
Yeah.
the passion he had for the club, the love he has for the club. And I still believe he does have that love for the club. But when you're coming out to sue a club because of wrestling NRL players in your club, when you were the player that was running late to a training session, and we all know running late to whether it's a game or training session is massive in the NRL. Like, it's not acceptable. You're going to get punished, and that was his punishment. And to come out and say you want to sue the Bulldogs, that's just a joke. Like, I respect him so much. I love him so much as a player.
Yeah.
But now to see what he's doing, like, that's really pissed me
It
off.
is a joke. And you know what's ironic? We thought this guy was our next captain.
Yeah,
we
that's
thought this
the
guy
point,
was
yeah.
going to take the
Yeah.
Bulldogs into a new generation. We always, even on the podcast last year when we first started up, this guy's got the heart of the Bulldogs. He's got what the old Bulldogs had. That's what we always used to say. And back to my point, it's so ironic that this has come out now that, you know, look, I don't know how he's doing mentally. We're treading on a fine line here because I can't speak on that. We can't speak on that.
Yeah.
But about the situation, as I look at it from an outside perspective, it is a joke, man. Like, you should get punished for coming late to training. And if you got to wrestle 30 blokes, that is the punishment. And then a lot of journalists, a lot of ex-players have said, look, we've been done hard by like even 10 times that, you know?
Yeah, just
to read a quote from
Braithen Asta said something too.
Braithen Asta.
Yeah.
So he was like, this is a standard procedure at every club. The NRL need to get involved in this, and they need to support the Bulldogs on this. He goes on to say, because if every player who was put through the same thing as Jackson would sue their respective club, we'd had court cases and litigation throughout every club. So he's basically saying this is happening to every single club.
Yeah.
They push their player to their limits to see what they're really made of. You know, you're getting punished because he's coming late. This is happening at every club, like Panthers, like Storm, and whatever.
Yeah, they all do, yeah.
So, like, this going to court, this is going to shake up the league.
And that just shows the generation we live in. These young players aren't willing to go the extra mile. They want everything given to them. Even Ronaldo said in an interview with Piers Morgan, he goes, when I was growing up as a football player, I used to learn from every single player that was up there, that was better than him. He used to take note from every single one of them. Yeah. But then when he was a leader, when he came back to Man United, none of the young kids wanted to listen to him. They think they all knew how to do it. And back on top of it, I think he's maybe felt that he's not getting the game time he deserves. Like, he looks at, for example, Blake Wilson getting game time. Who else? Hayes Perham getting play time. And I understand maybe that frustration might be adding to it because, again, he never got a chance to really show what he's made of. And I guess that's a build-up, but still there's no, excuse for coming out to sue the club. Joey, what do you reckon?
I'm going to give you a different angle.
Yeah.
I don't care what you say. He's a rookie. 21 years old, yeah? How many games had he played?
He's probably only had a few games.
About
Only a
10,
few.
15 games.
Maybe 10 games,
right?
I'll say.
So he's still he wasn't seen as a senior.
Yeah.
Right? So he's still in that phase of his career where he's looking at these older players, like whether it was Jackson, whoever his forward pack is, right? He's looking up at them like, wow, I used to watch these boys, He's probably still in that surreal moment that he can't believe that he's part of this group, right? I don't know. I'm playing devil's advocate here, right? Was he really late? Was he?
That's the big question mark.
No, because we're getting information from
100%.
mainstream media,
Yeah.
right? Do you actually know what happened that day?
That's what I told Samuel.
See, that's
the
why
other day.
we're seeing it from, as I said, an outside perspective. I'm saying it as it is.
But apparently he was 15 minutes. He arrived 15 minutes before training actually starts. So what's late?
That's what you said. I told Samuel that exactly a week ago. No, a couple of days ago when the news came out. I said there's a reason for him to be suing the club. Because I said this guy loves the club. There's something there.
Yeah.
This guy loves the club so much. And I honestly think he would not sue the club if there was no particular reason for it. So again, what you were saying, I honestly think there's more to this than what we know.
There is.
Yeah.
I
There,
honestly think
And no
so.
one knows what's the story
there
behind.
is more.
And
There
like
is-
even
there
like,
is more.
like with the wrestling situation, did the boys? How did the team feel about it? Did they want to do it?
No, but-
like, did they want to wrestle the guy? Like, are they just doing it because they're taking orders from Ciro?
Okay,
You know?
so I know 7 players,
Yeah.
right, that were supporting him, right, ended up getting the flick.
Well,
So seven players. Sorry, did I say supporters?
No,
7 players.
Yeah.
players
Oh, that was supporting him.
supported,
Yeah.
yeah.
7 players that actually stood by him and said, "No, this is wrong."
Yeah.
Ended up getting the flick,
Wow.
right? And again, all right, there's one thing in getting punished,
Yeah.
right? But were we actually there to see how this punishment was carried
Yeah.
out? Because there's a difference between punishment
100%.
and humiliation.
Yeah.
Was he humiliated?
It is degrading.
Right?
It
No.
is, yeah.
Punishment's not degrading.
But you're saying
Right?
as in
But
like,
how was it acted out?
yeah,
You know,
see, that's
were
what we
the
don't know.
guys
That's all
standing there
exactly
calling
how
him
it
a
felt.
bitch?
Yeah,
And don't forget, I know you said he's a man. You know, he's
Yeah.
adulthood, 21 years old.
Yeah.
But sorry, in that environment, a 21-year-old is a rookie.
but sorry, Joey,
Right?
You're signing up to play first grade.
I get it. I
but
get
like,
all that.
age doesn't have
No,
to be
all
a
right,
factor.
But I get that. But sorry, there's an 18-year-old, all right, like in the Brisbane fullback. What's his name?
Reece Walsh.
Reece Walsh,
Yeah.
right? He's a 20-year-old freak.
Yeah.
Right? He's in his prime. He's a pretty boy.
Yeah,
All the
yeah.
girls want him. He's a Origin winning fullback. He's playing in the NRL. Let me ask you, do you think that guy's got any mental demons? Probably
Bro,
not.
Yeah,
No.
Yeah, everything's going for him.
but my
Right? Age doesn't mean anything,
my
Bill.
thing, Joey,
no,
is-
but my point, let me finish
Yeah,
my
yeah,
point.
yeah.
Right? So there could be a 40-year-old, more mature, more wiser, you know, a successful businessman that has depression.
yeah.
It doesn't mean because the guy's 40 and lived life and has lived experiences that he can't get depression.
Yeah.
And because he's young, a 21-year-old, age, don't mention age to me. He's 21, right?
Yes.
In my eyes, he's a rookie.
Correct.
He's a rookie, cuz.
All right,
He is a rookie, bro.
But look. As I said, I don't want to talk about his mental health. Like fair, like
But
I don't
why
want
not?
But no. Like it.
But
Because
mental health is
I don't
important.
have a position to. I'm not him, so I don't know
No, but
what's
now-
going
yeah,
through.
but
his,
again-
but my thing is, if you're
get what you're saying.
one second, if you're a team,
Yeah.
you're a team. They always say you got to play for each other. You're all one. At the end of the day, you are all one. You're on that field together. If one person stuffs up, that's on everyone.
Yeah.
So by this person Jackson coming in late to training, that stuffs up everyone. What is the message saying?
Supposedly.
Supposedly, allegedly. So what is the message saying if because he's 21 years old and a rookie, if he's getting special treatment? And
No. It's not about
But I'm
special
just saying,
treatment.
like,
All right,
it's
get
all-
punished.
it has
All
to be the same.
I said it to you on the phone about 2 hours ago.
Yeah.
Okay. In wrestling, have you physically? You all have. You
Yeah.
love
Yeah.
it. You live
Yeah.
it. You breathe it.
Yeah, yeah.
Right. As an ex-rugby league player, right, where I've done wrestling drills, brother, I tell you, after 2 minutes of wrestling,
You're
you are
gone.
gassed.
Yeah.
You're done.
Yeah?
bro.
I bet you would be. Yeah,
Okay,
Knocked out, yeah.
it's reportedly said that he wrestled 30 players.
Yeah, that's bad. That's bad.
Right? And I went through the minutes with you.
Yeah.
Let's say an average wrestle goes for 1 minute, right?
Correct. Yeah.
30 minutes of wrestling.
But we weren't there, right? So let's give whoever was there the benefit of the doubt, right? Let's say each wrestle went for 30 seconds, right? 15 minutes of consecutive wrestling, yeah? Where most of it was probably done with him on the bottom.
Yeah.
Because
He's tired.
after you're gassed, right, and fatigued,
And don't
you
forget-
ain't winning that wrestle.
And don't
yeah.
forget
So he
he's
got
small.
manhandled, bro,
He's
for
small
10
too.
minutes.
So what do you
Broke. So you know what that done, cuz? You know what that done?
Yeah.
That they broke him.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where you need to be careful, bro. There's one thing and bro, you're
Yeah.
talking to a coach.
Yeah, 100%.
You know my story.
Yes, 100%.
You know how hard I was on my boys.
Yes.
Yeah. And you know, I turned them from not winning a game to winning a grand final,
Yeah.
right?
Correct, yes.
But I had to walk a fine line, right, to make sure I didn't break these kids.
No, that's right.
So whenever I was hard on them, right, it's like they call it the positive sandwich, right? You start off with where people are going wrong with negative feedback,
Yes.
right?
Yeah.
And
Right?
judgmental.
Or you
feedback
start.
as
I mean,
well.
you start. Sorry, it starts off with positive feedback. Then you go to the crust of the issue, the main meat of the sandwich. But I need you to improve in areas A, B, C, D. That's the middle of the sandwich. That's where you do your punishment. But then What's on the bottom of a sandwich? Isn't it the sliced bread? So you
Yeah.
got positive, negative, positive. Did they end that training session with a positive?
No.
No.
Did they come up and say to him, bro, heads up, right? Look, you know why you went through that, right? Go in, go get a shower, blah, blah, blah. Go with the boys, go
But-
grab a feed. Do we know, was there any of this? Right? And the other thing, why, when you talk training staff,
Yeah.
right? Why was Travis Tuma the only trainer that was mentioned by the mainstream media?
I don't know.
Why? All right, before this, did you know who Travis Tuma was?
No.
Did you know who Travis
No,
Tuma was?
no
Did you
idea,
two
to be
know?
honest. No.
Right? That is why he's been thrown under a bus, which I'm not happy about because my brother and his mates, right? Travis is a close friend to them.
Yeah.
They've grown up. I played footy with Travis's younger brother, right? Why was he made the scapegoat? And all of a sudden, oh, we're defending Travis Tuma. Where's the rest of the coaching staff? Because there was a couple of other big name players,
Yeah.
right, that were reportedly there smashing Topine,
Wow.
right, while he was getting punished. Why haven't those names been mentioned? Why was Travis Tuma the only name mentioned and the Bulldogs came out and said, we're going to defend Travis Tuma? Hang on a second. The lawsuit's not just coming after Travis Tuma. It's coming after 4 or 5 people.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's why I agree with you
massive.
because there's a way of being punished. And especially, like you said, he's a rookie. And again, I personally believe this would have destroyed him, like you said. He would have
broke
been
him.
depressed down. Imagine being like you
Yeah.
in front of your
But
whole
there-
mates
but
and that
there's
being...
no-
Of course,
but-
man.
Look,
but
there's a
I'm-
way of being punished. I honestly
Right.
think wrestling isn't the way. I think there's a way, say, take, I don't know, you won't get paid the whole week this week, missing
But-
training, or you don't play
All
this
right,
game the
all
next
right.
2
But
games.
how about all
These are
the,
punishments
how about
for
all
me.
the other players from all the other 17 clubs that do this? Why aren't they speaking out and saying, "Oh"?
But do they do wrestling?
Okay,
Yeah,
but again,
look, I don't know if that is their punishment, but they do wrestling. So look, I don't want to shit on Jackson because I actually like the guy and I care for his mental health. When you talk about mental health, that's a
Yeah,
big
it is
bloody
a
thing.
massive-
Man.
Mental health is
Everyone
like the
goes
biggest
through it.
thing. Like,
But I'm saying I don't think Bulldogs had any ill intention. They broke him. They wanted to see what he's made of, and they wanted to punish him for what he did. But at the same time, I don't feel like there was that ill intention for the Bulldogs to hurt this guy or humiliate
no,
this
of
guy.
course.
I don't.
But-
obviously not, Bill.
No.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Obviously
Because
not,
it's-
but it's gone too far.
Because
It
there's
is,
a way
yeah.
Top
It's
and
gone
A,
too far.
he's probably spewing as well. Like he doesn't play matches, and for a player that does not play matches for the whole year, he's getting chosen over. He's getting being chosen by Alamoti's getting chosen over him. When
Yeah,
he didn't
that's what
deserve
I
it. He's
noticed
still
last
young.
year, yeah.
Topine's been working 2 years before that, trying to earn his spot into his team, which
Yeah.
he deserved to be in that squad. And every time he got
That's
selected, he was playing center, and that's not his position.
Yeah,
and he
exact-
got exposed on that left hand side, and it affected
Set
him.
up to fail.
Set
Yeah,
up
exactly.
to
Set
fail,
up to
exactly,
fail.
man.
But
And
this- yeah.
that's why it was. Again, there's many ways of punishment, and wrestling isn't the answer.
yeah, I know, but this is why last year he didn't play that much games. Like how you said to us, how many games did he play? He must have played at least 10 games. The
Yeah,
match.
but after this incident,
Yeah.
obviously he wasn't picked.
Exactly,
I'm
yeah.
talking before
The whole behind the
before
scenes.
this
Yeah.
whole saga occurred.
Yeah,
you
yeah.
know, he wasn't like a fully fledged NRL player.
Yeah.
That's right.
He
yeah.
was still finding his feet. Yeah,
He's finding ways to
Like,
get to that level.
No
yeah.
offense. Everyone wants to sit there and defend the club, right? And again, this is not an attack on the Bulldogs. I'm a Bulldogs junior.
Yeah.
I played my representative footy for the Dogs, right?
Yeah.
Even though I don't go for them, I love the club. I'm not attacking them. I'm just saying, because you know what mental health means to me.
Yeah.
Mental
Yeah.
health is so important.
It is.
I just believe that they've taken it to a point where I don't think they had control, and they've actually lost any control they had. And they didn't think it
I
was going to
agree,
go
yeah.
this far. A comment was just put up here,
Yeah.
right?
What'd they say?
And it makes so much sense. And I'm going to throw this at you,
Okay.
right? What's your biggest passion? Say wrestling?
Yeah.
And you boys just come off an awesome wrestling event
Yeah.
that you were actually involved, you were in the ring and whatnot. You guys have lived and breathed wrestling.
That's true, yes.
Yeah.
Okay.
Correct.
You train your whole life to be a wrestler, a pro wrestler. Yeah?
Correct, yeah.
You get signed by WWE,
The biggest promotion
the
of
biggest promotion in
in
the world.
Yeah.
Yeah?
Yeah.
And you're in the mix with your Cody Rhodes. Sorry, I'm not a wrestling fan. But your Drew McIntyres and your Cody Rhodes.
Yeah.
Yeah? You're actually now mixing with these people.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
You fuck up. WWE says, right, you got to do punishments. You were late to training. Yeah? How much would you have to go through to walk away from a WWE contract that you lived and breathed your whole life, and it was your dream as a kid, and you used to watch it, and you wanted to be there. Now you're there. You finally made it. You're there. Yeah? Then you get punished, right? How much would it have to take for you to walk away from a contract like that?
Yeah, bro.
Yeah.
Take a lot.
How much would it have to take?
Yeah.
This kid, and you're talking to someone that grew up to wanting to play grade.
Yeah.
My whole life, up until the age of 24 years old, I actually thought it was still a reality. There was still a chance of me making it, right? I ask myself, how much would it have taken me that from the age of 6 years old to play first grade? I'm now there. I'm now wearing the Bulldogs trackies, the emblem, the singlets.
The
I'm
whole
going
lot,
to
the
Belmore
whole lot,
Sports
yeah.
Ground. I'm training. We're traveling on the team bus, in a plane, wherever I go. Hey, Joey, signature. And you know, like the way Bashar had signed autographs, right? You got all that now.
Yeah.
And then for me to say, oh, fuck this, I'm done after 15 NRL games.
Yeah.
You have to ask yourself what actually went on for this kid that has lived and breathed NRL his whole life for him to say, fuck it, I'm done.
No, you're right. You raised a good point.
That's a good point.
Yeah, it is. Like, as you said, this is all he ever wanted to do. And look, I've said it. I think I've said it 3 times. We don't know exactly. We're just seeing it from the outside of it. We're just, look, at the end of the day, we're just idiots that run a podcast. What do we know, bro? Like, we don't want it, like, you know. But, like, when you... when you sign up for that sort of thing with first grade, I feel like you have to do what the team, what your coach says, and what the rest of the team would be doing.
I'm not saying you're idiots, Bill.
No. I'm saying
I'm just giving you just a different perspective.
No.
Because we don't know what actually happened.
That's what I'm saying. We don't know.
Yeah,
we just
because all we know is NRL
this.
360, and at the end of the day, who pays NRL 360 bills? Right?
NRL.
It's Fox,
Fox League.
right?
Fox, yeah.
Fox, who's the main sponsor for the NRL? Fox, right? So they're in bed with each other.
Yeah.
So NRL 360 aren't going to come out and say, yeah, Topine or Topine, whatever his name is, you go after him. Because at the end of the day, they're suing their missus.
Yeah.
That's right.
So if the NRL cop a hit, NRL 360 gets affected.
Yeah.
Foxtel gets affected.
And the views.
All the shareholders get affected. Right? So, of course, they're going to come with this narrative that's going to sit there and back the dogs.
Yeah.
But sorry, man, something dubious went on that day, right? For this kid to say, right, and it was actually reported. He said he came to training the next day, then he said, I need a week off. He took a week off, and for 3 months, the dogs were messaging him and ringing him. They emailed him and sent him letters to his house trying to see, when are you coming back, old mate?
Yeah.
Right, and he didn't return any of their phone calls or text messages.
And then back to your point, you're saying, like, that's all you ever wanted to do.
That's all you ever wanted to do.
The
How do you go to not responding to an NRL club
The biggest
that
club
was paying you? And look, in their defense, they paid him for those 3 months.
Yeah.
Wow.
Even when he wasn't replying to them, to his text or phone calls, they were still paying him. The last thing they done was they sent him a letter to his house
Yeah.
because legally you need to hand something over to your postal address. It can't be a text or a phone call, right? To finally say, this is your last chance. Get in touch with us or we're going to cut your payments off. And that's when they finally cut him off, right?
So
You got to ask yourself, someone has done something wrong here. And let me tell you, bro, it ain't Travis Toomer.
Yeah.
There's been an old head in there, an ex-player. I don't know. I'm just,
No
again,
one knows who it is.
I'm playing devil's advocate here. But someone has been given the role of being the old school, scream at him and, you know, dogs of war and this is how we done it and blah, blah, blah. Someone has crossed the line. Someone's crossed the line. And I can't imagine Seraldo saying you need to wrestle 30 of your players. That's not a punishment, cuz. That's stupidity.
It is.
You know what punishment is? Is give me 15 Malcolms. You know, give me 150 burpees.
Or like
do 8 laps of the park.
Yeah.
You know, do 100 hills.
No, you're right.
That's punishments that I'm used to as a player, that every player's used to. Or do 200 push-ups. Something. Yeah. But to sit here and have Bray Finesse say, oh, they must have been doing a wrestling class that day. Yeah. That's why his punishment was wrestling.
But wasn't that like... Didn't they used to do that back in the day? Like, because Andrew John said he never did the wrestling, but there was a few people on Channel 9, from my memory, that when I was watching, I don't know word for word what they were saying, but they're like they've copped it that hard back in the day when they were late
Sorry,
training.
bro.
No, Joey,
Look, I never played the NRL. Yeah,
no, I know.
I'll make that disclaimer
Yeah.
before anyone wants to come at me.
Yeah.
But when I was in the junior system,
Yeah.
right? So development squad, SG Ball, Harold Matthews, 2 SG Ball years, a Jersey Flegg year,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
Whenever someone, and as a coach,
Yes.
right? Whenever I made a mistake as a player, or my boys made a mistake when I was coach, guess what happens?
Everyone cops the punishment.
The whole team gets
Yeah.
punished.
Yeah.
Because it's a team sport,
And
It is.
that's what I said.
right?
Yeah.
Never, no, it's not. It's not in rugby league culture for one kid to get punished and get watched by the whole team.
Maybe
That's
it
not
was
a culture.
No,
Case.
that's
Maybe
not a
it
culture,
was.
bro.
Maybe it was a lot. Maybe it was too much, and we don't know a lot
Look,
about the situation. But I feel that punishment is valid to a certain extent.
Yeah, look, I understand, but Joey, to your point, how you said about punishment. When I used to play footy back in the days, I remember my old coach, there was Hassan and Ahmed. You know our punishment every week that we've lost a game? Like when we versus Greenacre, Tigers, Bankstown Bulls, Chester Hill Hornets. You know what they used to make us do? We used to run around the whole field, push-ups, sit-ups, squats.
Yeah, but
yeah,
as
like
a team.
As a team. That it wasn't one
Like
individual.
even my boys now.
Yeah.
Even my boys. I'm coaching the under 11s team.
Yeah.
One of them drops the ball.
Yeah.
Now let me tell you, right? If that kid drops the ball,
Yeah.
he's 10 years old, right? Listen to me carefully, bro. 10 years old, he drops the ball. I get him, right? Not to wrestle the boys. I get him to do 50 push-ups while his teammates are standing around watching him. Does that bond the team? Does that unite a team? All you're doing is you're breaking one individual. You're embarrassing him.
Yes.
You're killing his confidence. You think that kid's not going to drop another ball? Fucking oath he
It
is.
probably will.
Yeah.
Because when the ball's coming at you and you're thinking, I can't drop it, right? Guess what's going to happen?
You're gonna
You're
drop
going to
it.
drop
You're going
it,
to drop it, yeah.
right? When I rally the boys around, say, all right, boys, everyone, down and give me 50.
Yeah.
Because
One
Anthony dropped the ball. So we're all doing it together, right?
Yes.
They do the punishments together. They all stand up. All right, Anth, no worries, bro. You've got this. If anything, it picks up the morale of the team,
Yeah.
right? This one-on-one bullshit is not a culture of
exactly.
rugby league. And if it is, bro,
Yeah.
if it has snuck in, and I said I haven't played NRL, maybe
Yeah.
it is a culture in the NRL.
Maybe, yeah.
I don't know. But let me tell you, if it is, fucking get rid of it fast, because
Yeah.
this ain't going to be the
And then
first
back to Braith-
and last
Yeah.
lawsuit.
Yeah.
And back to Braithen Nasser's point, if this goes to the High Court or whatever, and he actually, gets what he wants. Now, every single club in the NRL, I think I said this earlier, every single club in the NRL is going to change what they've been doing because this is a thing in the NRL.
But I'm glad. You know
Yeah.
what? If it is a culture bill,
Yeah.
then I'm glad this lawsuit's happened because it does need to change. Because you know what, bro? You know what? Is anyone talking about the South second rower that committed suicide last year?
Oh yeah.
Yeah, I remember
Oh,
what
what's his name again?
Turner?
Turn on.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, I remember.
Anyone talking about it?
No one never talked about it.
No one gives a fuck.
Yeah.
And that's what we said about the previous week about suicide. How we said
That's what we were talking
Yeah,
about. But
how we
no,
said the highest
no one
rate.
gives a fuck.
no one cares about that.
They
bro.
get what they want from them.
It's
They're,
all-
they're,
yeah.
they're a dollar value to them. They want to
Yes.
make money from them.
Yes.
The minute they retire, they don't care what happens to them
They
after
just
it.
all worry about
Hey,
money.
yeah, you're right. You're right.
But they don't
That
care
one.
about mental
So
health
let's
and
worry.
suicide.
All right, let me tell you something. There was a Manly junior in the juniors a couple of years ago. He
Yes.
died in off season.
Yeah.
Right?
I heard that story
Yeah.
too.
How do you know? Do we know how he died?
No.
Wasn't it?
Was it
suicide.
like? Was it
Was that a
no?
motorcycle
no,
accident?
he died at training, brother.
Oh, did he?
He died at
my
training.
bad. Yeah, that's right. Heat stroke or something.
Was he pushed during off-season training? Because let me tell you, like I said, I played rep footy.
Yeah.
I've had off-season training
Yes.
where we've gone to the sand dunes in Cronulla and been absolutely flogged. Right?
Yeah, and that's the hardest.
Was he
intense
pushed
training.
to his limits?
We
Did
don't
the
know.
club kill him? We don't know.
Exactly. No one
What
knows.
if Tapine went and hung himself 2 weeks after
Yeah.
this occurred? Is that when people want to wake up? When this kid, he's a kid, bro. He's 21. You're a kid, bro. Sorry, Bill.
Yeah.
I know you like to think you're a man.
Yeah.
You guys are kid. Because if you were ever to have a drama, as a 39-year-old, right, I'll be like, You sit the fuck down. I'll look after it for you.
Yeah.
Because in my eyes, and I don't no disrespect to yous. No, I'm not saying your kids as you can't think for yourself.
Yeah, we get
in my eyes, as a 21-year-old, you still need to be defended, bro.
Yeah.
Who stood up for this kid that day?
Nobody.
Well, apparently 7 players did, and they got the sack.
Well, there you go.
But we'll be having a different conversation if this guy offed himself because of what happened. I'm glad he has a strong support system at home.
Yeah.
I've seen photos with his missus flying around. So obviously he's got a rock standing next to him. I hope he gets the support he needs because this could have ended differently.
Yeah,
you want to talk about 4 million? Fuck 4 million.
Make a double.
If 4 million is going to make you learn your lesson, pay the 4 mil and learn your lesson, right? Not have this kid off himself and then we start talking about, what can we do better? Anyway, I'm done.
You nailed it on the head. No, you're right, man. Honestly, we hope nothing for the best for Jackson going forward, man. Like mental health, as we said, is a very important thing, and especially in today's age, day and age. But yeah, man, nothing. We wish you, the best of luck, going forward, man. Like hopefully you get better, man. Like it's a tough thing going forward.
Tough
but,
situation.
It is tough, but.